In Japan, cars regularly hit 300,000 miles without major repairs, while the average American vehicle struggles to reach 150,000. This isn't a coincidence or superior manufacturing. It's a deliberate maintenance philosophy that most Western drivers never discover. The difference between cars that die prematurely and those that seem immortal isn't luck. It's the disciplined application of maintenance principles that Japanese drivers considered sacred. In this video, you'll discover the 9 specific Japanese maintenance practices that extend vehicle lifespan by decades, prevent costly repairs, and maintain like-new performance regardless of mileage. Techniques you can apply to any vehicle, regardless of make or country of origin. Step 1. The Japanese care culture. Japanese drivers don't see maintenance as an inconvenience, but as a relationship with their vehicle. This fundamental mindset shift transforms how they approach every aspect of car ownership. While Western drivers often view maintenance as an unwanted expense, Japanese culture treats it as an investment and sign of respect for the machine. The respect manifests in how Japanese drivers handle their vehicles daily. They notice small changes in performance immediately. A slight vibration, minor hesitation during acceleration, or unusual sound triggers immediate investigation, not ignored until it becomes a major failure. In Japan, routine maintenance appointments aren't scheduled reluctantly, but integrated naturally into their lifestyle. Service centers in Japan report that 85% of customers arrive before recommended maintenance intervals, compared to only 35% in North America, who routinely delay service beyond manufacturer recommendations. The care culture extends beyond mechanical elements to appearance and cleanliness. Japanese drivers regularly wash engine bays, undercarriages, and interiors, not for aesthetic reasons, but because they understand that cleanliness directly impacts longevity. When dirt, grime, and salt can accumulate, corrosion never gets a foothold. Step number 2. Frequent oil and fluid changes. Japanese drivers fundamentally reject manufacturer-recommended oil change intervals, considering them dangerous minimums rather than optimal targets. While many modern vehicles suggest 10,000-mile oil change intervals, Japanese maintenance cultures advocate changing oil every 5,000 to 7,000 kilometers, 3,000 to 4,300 miles, regardless of what the manual states. This seemingly excessive frequency addresses a critical reality. Manufacturer recommendations assume ideal driving conditions that rarely exist in real-world usage. Stop-and-go traffic, short trips, temperature extremes, and varying fuel quality all accelerate oil degradation. By changing oil before significant contamination occurs, Japanese drivers prevent microwear that accumulates over time. The approach extends beyond engine oil to all vehicle fluids. Transmission fluid, often neglected until problems develop, receives particular attention. While many Western drivers follow lifetime fluid recommendations, Japanese maintenance culture rejects this concept entirely, replacing transmission fluid every 30,000 to 40,000 kilometers, or every 20,000 to 25,000 miles. Power steering fluid, brake fluid, and coolant all receive similar attention. These fluids are checked weekly and replaced according to strict schedules rather than waiting for signs of degradation. Fresh brake fluid prevents internal corrosion in brake lines and maintains consistent pedal feel. Clean coolant prevents scale formation in radiators and heater cores while maintaining optimal cooling efficiency. This frequent fluid replacement appears expensive initially, but prevents thousands in future repairs. A $50 transmission fluid change every 30,000 miles might seem unnecessary until compared to a $4,000 transmission replacement that often results from neglect. Step number 3. Clean engines equal long life. Engine cleanliness might seem purely aesthetic, but Japanese mechanics understand it delivers measurable performance and longevity benefits. Regular engine bay cleaning, using low-pressure steam or specialized degreasers, isn't considered a luxury service, but a fundamental maintenance requirement. A clean engine operates at lower temperatures because dirt and grime act as insulation, trapping heat that accelerates the degradation of rubber hoses, plastic components, and electrical connections. Temperature measurements of identical engines show that clean examples run 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than dirty counterparts, significant enough to double the lifespan of many components. Japanese maintenance routines include quarterly engine bay cleaning services, that remove accumulated oil residue, road grime, and contaminants. These cleanings allow immediate visual identification of developing leaks or loose connections that would otherwise remain hidden beneath layers of dirt. The cleanliness extends to intake systems as well. Mass airflow sensors, throttle bodies, and air filters receive particular attention, while many Western drivers replace air filters at recommended intervals. Japanese maintenance includes inspection and cleaning between replacements. A dirty mass airflow sensor can reduce fuel economy by 10 to 15%, while creating drivability issues that many mechanics misdiagnose as more serious problems. Particularly impressive is the attention given to cooling system cleanliness. Radiators are inspected and cleaned from both sides to ensure maximum heat transfer efficiency. Cooling fans, often neglected until failure, are tested regularly and kept free from debris that might restrict airflow. Step number 4. Cold start warm-up discipline. Japanese drivers practice a disciplined warm-up ritual that dramatically reduces engine wear during the most vulnerable operating period. When an engine first starts, oil pressure hasn't fully built, and clearances between metal components are at their tightest due to thermal contraction. This combination creates a perfect environment for accelerated wear. The ritual is simple but remarkably effective. After starting the engine, Japanese drivers wait 30 seconds before putting the vehicle in gear, allowing oil pressure to fully stabilize before applying load. Once driving begins, they maintain gentle acceleration and keep engine speed below 250 RPM until normal operating temperature is reached, typically the first 5 to 7 minutes of operation. This practice directly contradicts the Western belief that modern engines don't require warm-up. While true that extended idling is unnecessary and wasteful, the brief stabilization period followed by gentle driving allows critical components to reach optimal operating temperatures gradually, preventing the accelerated wear that occurs during cold operation. Laboratory testing confirms the effectiveness of this approach. Engines subjected to immediate load upon cold starting show microscopic scoring on bearing surfaces and cylinder walls after just 50,000 miles, while those given proper warm-up procedures maintain like-new surface finishes beyond 150,000 miles. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button and click on like. Step number 5. OEM parts only. When components require replacement, Japanese maintenance culture insists on original equipment manufacturer OEM parts exclusively. Never compromise alternatives, regardless of cost savings. This principle stems from understanding that a vehicle represents an integrated system where component quality directly impacts overall reliability. While aftermarket parts might appear identical, subtle differences in materials, manufacturing tolerances, and quality control frequently create performance variations that affect longevity. Japanese mechanics frequently cite examples of aftermarket parts that performed adequately initially but failed prematurely or caused collateral damage to related components. The commitment to OEM quality extends even to consumable items that many Western drivers economize on: oil filters, air filters, wiper blades, and brake pads. Japanese drivers understand that these seemingly minor components significantly impact overall performance and reliability. A lower quality oil filter that allows microscopic contaminants to circulate causes gradual bearing wear that might not manifest for 50,000 miles, but eventually results in catastrophic failure. The Japanese approach to parts isn't merely about blind brand loyalty, but understanding that vehicle longevity requires maintaining the engineered integrity of the entire system. When replacements become necessary, they view OEM parts as the only option that maintains the vehicle's inherent reliability rather than compromising it incrementally. Step number 6. Regular undercarriage cleaning. Japanese drivers, particularly in coastal areas, maintain a disciplined approach to undercarriage care that prevents the structural deterioration that eventually renders many vehicles unsafe, regardless of mechanical condition. Regular high-pressure washing of undercarriage components removes road salt, industrial fallout, and organic matter that accelerate corrosion. This practice is particularly critical in Japanese varied climate, where vehicles might encounter coastal salt spray, mountain road chemicals, and urban pollutants in a single day. Many service centers offer dedicated undercarriage cleaning services that use specialized equipment to access recessed areas where corrosion typically begins. Beyond cleaning, Japanese maintenance includes regular inspection of drain holes and body seams where water accumulates. These areas receive protective coatings annually to prevent moisture from compromising body integrity. Particular attention goes to suspension mounting points, where structural weakness can create safety hazards. Most impressive is the preventative application of anti-rust compounds to chassis components. Rather than waiting for corrosion to appear, Japanese maintenance schedules include annual rust-proofing treatments that penetrate seams and create protective barriers on exposed metal surfaces. These treatments cost $150 to $300 annually, but prevent the structural degradation that eventually renders vehicles unrepairable. Step number 7. Preventative replacement. Perhaps the most distinct aspect of Japanese maintenance philosophy is the concept of preventative component replacement, replacing parts approaching but not yet reaching their failure point. This approach contradicts the Western tendency to maximize component life when resulting in unexpected breakdowns. Timing belts exemplify this philosophy. While manufacturers might specify 100,000-mile replacement intervals, Japanese maintenance schedules typically replace these critical components at 60,000 to 70,000 miles. The additional cost of earlier replacement pales compared to the catastrophic engine damage that results from timing belt failure. This preventative approach extends to water pumps, tensioneers, and other components with predictable wear patterns. Rather than waiting for symptoms to appear, these items are replaced according to statistical failure patterns. Well before problems develop, rubber components receive similar attention. Hoses, belts, and bushings deteriorate gradually through exposure to heat, ozone, and mechanical stress. Japanese maintenance schedules replace these components preventatively every 4 to 5 years, regardless of apparent condition, recognizing that internal deterioration often precedes visible symptoms. Step number 8. The Shaken Inspection System. Japan's mandatory vehicle inspection system, known as Shaken, enforces maintenance standards for exceeding those in most countries. This rigorous inspection occurs every 2 years, annually for older vehicles, and examines virtually every vehicle system with zero tolerance for deficiencies. What makes the Shaken particularly effective isn't merely its comprehensiveness, but its preventative focus. The inspection doesn't just identify existing problems, but potential issues that might develop before the next inspection. Any component showing early wear signs, even if functional, requires replacement to pass. The inspection examines emissions, safety systems, structural integrity, suspension components, steering precision, and even noise levels. Any fluid leak, regardless of severity, results in automatic failure. The same applies to warning lights, minor vibrations, or slight alignment deviations that Western inspections might consider acceptable. While we can't replicate Japan's legal inspection requirements, adopting similar rigorous personal standards delivers the same longevity benefits. Committing to annual comprehensive inspections using Shaken-level standards identifies and addresses developing issues before they become serious problems. Step number 9. Mindset. Small details matter. The unifying principle behind Japanese maintenance culture is attention to seemingly insignificant details that collectively determine vehicle longevity. This mindset approaches maintenance holistically, rather than isolated tasks, recognizing that vehicle reliability stems from the accumulated impact of hundreds of small decisions. Tire pressure exemplifies this philosophy. Japanese drivers check pressures weekly, rather than waiting for warning lights, understanding that even slight underinflation accelerates tread wear, while increasing fuel consumption and stress on suspension components. This simple 5-minute check prevents cumulative damage across multiple systems. Battery maintenance receives similar attention. Terminals are inspected monthly for corrosion, with immediate cleaning at the first sign of buildup. This prevents the starting system strain that gradually damages alternators and starters, components that rarely fail suddenly but deteriorate through accumulated stress. Which of these Japanese maintenance practices have you been neglecting? The difference between a vehicle that lasts a decade and one that delivers 20+ years of service isn't luck, but the consistent application of these principles. Share in the comments which of these techniques you'll implement first, and subscribe for more professional maintenance guidance that helps you maximize your vehicle investment while avoiding costly repairs.